Hey guys, Bree here. So we are going to take this Nativity kit and we're going to do a couple of different projects with it. So you can do the original one that it comes with, but I'm going to show you a couple of other options that you could do instead, right? So first thing I have, the keyword is Nativity. Feel free to comment that. But what I'm going to try and do is we're going to make a little tote. So we'll use ink for that, and then we're going to do a little scene on this frame that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I got this, I don't know, probably a couple of years ago. So I am not 100% sure if it's still available, but I did get it from there, okay? So what I'm going to do is it actually has these little pieces I can push up. So I'm going to go ahead and pop those up, take the screen out, right? I'm going to try my best to do it without breaking anything. Say hello when you pop on. Again, comment the word Nativity and I will send you the info. All right, so we're gonna take that out real quick and I'm gonna go ahead and pull up all of the paper off of the acrylic piece here. Okay, and let me get this pulled up so I can see your comments. Okay. So I haven't even opened this. Typically I already have them open, so I do apologize. But I am gonna open it real quick. Let me see. Hello. Hi everybody. Hi Charlotta, Kenny, and Sherry, and Carolyn, Shelly, Lisa, hello. All right. So I'm going to use this piece here and let me see, did I move my razor blade? Oh, it's okay, I have another one here. I was like, what did I do with my razor? Oh, here it is. This one. Hi Jean and Carmen. Okay, so I'm just gonna run this across pretty lightly. And here, and on these two. Now, this kit, you guys, it comes with 2 ginormous transfers. It is a bit on the pricey side, just because there are 2 transfers. But y'all, this thing comes with this heavy duty nativity scene. And these are all wood cutouts and they're chunky, like they're huge. They're heavy. Here is the stable. It comes with a full jar of gold paste. But anyways, yeah, it has all of the pieces in here. It is so heavy. Oh, comes with the squeegee and the instructions, and then like I said, it comes with full transfers. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we are going to fuzz this biggin. Okay. Now, I want to fuzz this a few times because I am putting it on like an acrylic or plexiglass type of thing. So, it's going to stick really well to it. Okay, so I want to be sure that I'm fuzzing enough of this. Or fuzzing this enough times so it doesn't stick so much that it, like, you know, stretches my transfer a bit. The other transfer, it's similar to this one, but it has all the other people on it. and animals and stuff. The transfers are not sold individually. Everything is sold in a kit. So if you buy the kit, you get everything in the kit, but nothing is sold by itself. Okay, these are the 2 transfers. Like that's the full kit you get. You get both size D transfers and then all of the pieces that go with it. Okay. All right. You know what I didn't do? I forgot to choose what colors I'm using. It's okay. I still feel like this is a bit sticky. But let's see how this is gonna play out. Okay, well, you know what? I just might have gotten that down perfectly somehow. Okay, I did. How I did that, I have no idea. There was no trick, no magic. You guys saw, I just put it down and it happened to be perfect. So I don't know if you guys can really see, but where this ends, that's where my glass is at. It is literally down the seam of that on that side. And if I run my finger here, this is also the seam, the edge of the stable. And that is the that is the edge of that glass. Isn't that crazy? I think my thing keeps moving on me. All right. So I think I'm gonna put everybody in white. So I'm gonna do the stable, and there's my white for my peoples. And just because the frame is white, so that's why I kind of want to keep it with the white. And I think I'm gonna do bark. And I think I'm gonna do gold for this part with the sparkles. And then I'll do this outer part, like the stable itself, I'll do it in the darker brown, the bark color. All right. And luckily, if we don't like it, we can take it off. Not a big deal. Is the other stained glass transfer still available? Yes, it sure is. It is, it is. All right, so I'm just gonna make sure all of my bubbles are out. I noticed there's still a few of them in here. So I'm just gonna press that until it looks like they are all out. I might have to pull this up just a little bit. A little bit harder than I want it to be. It just has such a big surface space to cover that I really did not want all of those bubbles. So I think we may be good now. Okay. It looks like you could also cut this piece out right here so it's easier for you to set inside of the wood piece. Now I don't want to take that off just yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some placement tape, and I'm just going to cover it so that way I don't have to worry about like chalking that part. So I'm just going to use a piece of tape to cover that up real quick. Okay, so I'm covering up that line. You can see the line on the other side of the house. Okay. So this frame itself, this one is from Hobby Lobby. I did get it a few years ago, so it was in like the wood section. So you can feel free to look around there too if you can still find it. But I am wanting to show you guys other ways to use your nativity set. So that way if you get it, because like I said, it is a little bit more on the pricey side, but it is a huge, huge project, okay? It is really big. All right, so I am just trying to do the outside of the barn real quick, or the stable, and then I'm gonna go back in with some gold, and I'm gonna do the inside piece. I'm trying not to get that outside line. I did cover up the other side, but I ended up really not needing to cover it. I did just okay without it. All right, so we're gonna pull this all the way down. And I'm gonna also post some pictures of things that other people have done. So to give you guys some ideas on what you wanna do for your cutouts, like the kit that it comes with. All right, so I'm gonna pull this up real quick. And I'm just gonna release some paste here. Okay, and I'm gonna gently lay that back down. Again, gently lay that back down. I'm only pressing where like I haven't actually applied some paste, which is the star area. And I'm gonna release that paste as well. All right, so let's just press that back down gently. Let's go ahead and take out our gold and let's do the inside of this. Hello. Thank you guys for jumping on. Oh, and by the way, y'all, if you're catching this live, let's say you're catching it on the replay and today is August 26th or 27th, with any purchase you guys make on my chalk site on October 26th or October 27th, you will receive a free border transfer the size of this. Okay, so it's not these borders, but they're actually like everyday borders. They're super cute. I will post a photo of it in the VIP group. You will also receive an email in the morning. So if you like this nativity set, grab it on the 26th or the 27th for sure, and you'll get that free transfer. If you go on my website and you just buy a mini squeegee, you'll also get the free transfer. So it really doesn't matter how much you spend on the website, as long as it is on the 26th or the 27th, and you can make as many purchases as you want to get as many transfers of that border. If you need multiples, you're more than welcome to do that. Okay. So that would just be me. I would want to know, if I'm going to purchase this, how to get that other transfer free. All right, so now we've got the gold done. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this all the way up now. And one thing about the paste and pull, like how I just did it for the bark, like I pulled up for the bark, that paste and pull actually helps when you go to pull the rest of the transfer off. It makes it a little bit easier too, okay? Hey guys. All right, so now I'm just gonna wiggle it a little. Okay, and I will wash this off. I did get my water bottle. Where is it? I was like, I did get my water bottle. Gonna spray this. Let me go ahead and wipe it down while my paste is still somewhat wet, because it's just, again, it's so much easier to clean it while it's wet. But if you guys are just jumping on, hit that heart button for me. And then you guys feel free, comment the word Nativity, and I will send you the link. I can send you the direct link to it. If you don't care for the Nativity set, that's okay. I do have also buy 3, get 1 free transfers available on my website as well. So that'll also be in the link. Okay. Dryer. That's what I don't have right here. Let me see if I have my old one. Okay. Not in that drawer or any of those drawers. If I were a dryer, where would I be? Oh, right here. I found it. This is my old one. It has the short cord, but it's fine. It will work. So we're gonna dry it real quick. We're gonna flip it over and we'll do the scene on the other side. Hi Donna, hi Bonnie. Ah. Hi Tracy and Beverly. Oy. All right. We're gonna do the cradle, and let's find which one's Mary and Joseph. So we're just drying this real quick because I'm gonna flip it over. Now, I am going to set it on something. I'm just going to go ahead and set it on this bag. Okay, and I'm going to chalk on the back side of it. That way I don't have to use wax or anything like that. So, we do have our little baby Jesus. Okay, and I might consider putting the star. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how it looks. I'll put it off on the side. Now let's grab our other transfer because I do need to cut this one apart real quick. And hi, Eileen. Let's take this out. And I like to just cut, oops, I just like to cut on my lines, and I like to leave everything on this big transfer. Now you can put this transfer back in that bag and you can hang it, or you can lay them flat if you have a drawer or something big enough to hold this size. I have a drawer that's big enough to hold this size. It's a toolbox actually. So that's kind of where I put all of my size D and E transfers. So, okay, let's see. Okay, I think it was this one. This one and this one. I think it's these two. I gotta look at my paper. Those are the two that look like they're supposed to be there. Oh, I forgot to cut this part. All right, so if you are just jumping on though, this kit actually comes with cutouts, but I'm just showing you a couple of different ways you could use the transfer after you've done the kit. This is the entire kit though. It comes with all of those cutouts and those two transfers. So that's kind of like what you could create, is that picture up top. And it's pretty big, you guys. It is pretty big. All right. So let's go ahead and place these on here. Now, I just wanted to use white. Let me fuzz that a little bit more. So these are super sticky. Okay, so I'm just fuzzing this quite a few times to just pick up a little bit of lint on the back. And that helps it not stick so much to our glass, or like to our plexiglass here. Okay. Now, I will tell you, no, this is fine. I think this is gonna work out okay. Yeah, it'll be fine, never mind. Because I did it like a mirror image, that back piece didn't really matter where I put it, or like it could be reversed. Either way, the stable would be the same. So I'm putting these on the front part. That way it is in front and on top, right? So the white should cover everything in the background. Hi, Mary and Mary. So I'm trying to get this down. Let me fuzz it a few more times because it's like super sticky. So the surface that I'm using right now, I just got it at Hobby Lobby. It's a white frame with like a plexiglass kind of thing in the center. I'm not sure the size. All right, so I'll set that down. And then we've got our star, which I think we can do the star in gold. That's my plan. I don't know if it's gonna show up very well, but we'll give it a try. Okay? All right, so first thing, let's go ahead and do the white. All right, we'll start over here. And again, I just want to do it in white because the frame is white. And so I think that would be the best to kind of pop out. So as I do that, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. Okay. Set that in here and spray it because we are going to use these transfers one more time for another project on ink, and I just want to see how that's going to turn out too. Hopefully I can do both. I might only be able to do one. We'll see. Okay, let's pull that up. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit these with the dryer real quick because I don't wanna I don't want this side to touch what I just did and then pull it up. Hi Alma, I'm good. How are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna set that back down, but I'm gonna carefully go over this next one. I'm still gonna hold it so it doesn't hit the, so it doesn't get the paste that we just put down. Okay, now let's go ahead and pull this one up. All right. Spray that. And let's do the star in gold. Okay, so let me close up my white real quick. I'm just wiping off my squeegee and just reusing it. Okay, let's get our gold. And I kind of already placed everything beforehand, so I had an idea of where it all needed to be placed. And then you just kind of go chalk it as you go. Adjust them as you need to. All right. But I could not imagine doing this on the other side, you guys, because of the paste. These transfers really stick to this particular like plexiglass, acrylic, whatever you want to call it. So, okay, my thing is moving. Tell me, this thing is like moving on me. Hi, Corrine. All right, y'all, hit the heart button real quick. We're gonna put it in the frame and we're gonna see what it looks like. I probably should have done the star in white, but because I don't really know that I like the star there. You can kind of see it. You can kind of see the star up there. I guess once I tilt it like this, you could see it. Oh, goodness gracious. So it's like a plexiglass. It's a white acrylic signboard with frame. Pretty much 16 inches by 12 inches. Pretty much. All right, so let's put this back in here. All right, hold on. Let's try from the other way. Okay. There we go. I do need to unscrew this piece to take it off, but I'm just gonna flip it down for now because I don't have a little screwdriver in here. Is part of it on the back? Yes. So on the back, I did the like the stable and the gold, like the background. And then on the front, we just did the white, and then we did the star at the top as well. But I'm not sure I like the star, so I probably will take that off, but look how cute it is. So it's kind of, I think it is kind of hard to see. Let me put something behind it so you guys can see a little bit better without the glare. See how I don't like the star? I might just take that off. I'm just gonna take the star off real quick. All right, stars. Boom, star is gone. Easy peasy. But can you guys see it now? I think it would look super cute, you know, against the wall. If you want to put something behind it, you're more than welcome to. You could paint the entire background if you wanted. I think that would also look pretty cool. I just wanted to leave it with the glass. And I like that we did them in white because it matched the frame. And I'm almost thinking we should have done the star in white because it would have looked like it was attached to the frame on the top side, right? I think that would have looked cool. Okay, so that is one. And then the second one, you guys, that you could do is, I need black and I need gold ink. Hold on. There it is. All right, I have black and gold ink here. Do I have, that's a small one. Where's my big ink mat? Didn't I use them? I just used them, didn't I? Oh well. I guess I'm just going to use this piece. Oh, it's in here. All right, let's try. You know, I could just do this. I'm going to do 2 pieces inside of here. And we're going to see how this looks. So I'm going to put 2 pieces inside of here to help it prevent it from bleeding to the back side. Okay, I'm going to press that down real good. I do have my heat, what is that thing called? Heat press on. Thank you. All right, we're gonna take our transfer. We're going to set it on here. Okay, and this pretty much goes from edge to edge. We're not going to get all of it on there, but we're definitely going to try and get the majority of it on there. Okay, so let's set that down. Now, I will say on this particular project, I do want to tape off both sides, or I just want to be careful not to get that line up at the top. So I can just be super careful, right? Which would work too. All right. So we're gonna do, I think we're gonna do the whole background in gold. We'll just do the whole background in gold. Again, you can adjust this however you want, but just to make it easy on me right now, is I'm gonna do it all in one color. Oh, look, I already got it outside of the lines. I just did what I told you to watch out for. Of course. But we're gonna do it super easy and quick, just so you get the idea, and then you can go all in, get creative, change up your colors, add more, whatever you wanna do. Okay, but we're just gonna go all one. Again, be careful up there at the top, or you can go ahead and just cut along that white line so you don't get that outline. It's like a really thin line, but you'll see it if you have the transfer. That line is kind of the inside lining of the stable on the wood cutout. So you don't need to chalk over it, but it's just kind of a lining, like a border. All right, so I think we've got the whole outside done. Now let's grab the inside here with the stars. Get a little bit more. And again, I'm just gonna do two colors. I'm gonna go super basic with it. Now I am using ink, you guys, because I am doing it on fabric. So it is different than the paste jar of gold that it comes with, okay? So this is ink, it's got a white lid. It does need to be heat set. You could put this on t-shirts, you could put it on bags, you could put it on, you know, like the back of a jacket or something like that as well. A towel, whatever you want to put on. But it does need to be heat set for ink. Yes, this one is ink. All right, I need to move my other transfers out of the way real quick, so let me wipe these down. Also, another cool thing about ink is ink takes a while to dry, so it's okay to do all of your colors at one time and then pull it up. I did not have to pull it up in between. So that's also another perk to using ink. Okay, so now that I cleaned all of those, let's go ahead and pull up our transfer. Let me spray it down. And again, I'm just gonna go ahead and clean it real quick while it is wet. I do find that, yes, cleaning all your things early is great because the ink or the paste is still somewhat wet, but I will tell you, clean your shimmer. Shimmer anything, clean it quickly because it makes it a lot easier. I'll even spray it and I'll go through and I'll wipe off a top layer with a paper towel just to get some of that shimmer off, because that shimmer, you guys know, glitter spreads. Glitter spreads. And so if you want to avoid as much glitter on the back of your transfer as possible, clean it right away, but also spray it and clean it with a paper towel first to take off like a top layer of shimmer, and then that would help. All right. Let me get another paper towel. I'm gonna dry off these a little bit. Okay. And we could go ahead and heat set this one, or we could just try and I may try and heat set it real quick. It may come out better. So let me just stick this piece inside. I don't want my ink mats to I don't want my ink mats to melt. So we're just gonna take those out real quick, carefully. Okay. The ink is still wet, so you could just leave it, let it sit there for like 30 minutes, let it dry on its own, and then go back and heat set it would be better. But I want to do this quickly. So I'm going to heat set it before it's completely dry, but I might have some ink come up, so just a heads up. All right, my heat press right now is set to 250. So I'm just gonna put that on there real quick. 250, I have it for 30 seconds, but I probably won't leave it for the full 30 seconds. Well, I may leave it for the full 30 seconds, just not in one specific area. All right, I'm gonna do another 30 seconds, but I'm gonna move it over to the side. Okay. All right, so see what I mean about it was not dry, okay? It was still really wet. So the sides are still gonna be a little wet because I did not get to that part, but I'm just gonna go ahead and try and do the rest of it, and then we'll completely dry it, right? So I'm gonna put a piece of ink mat back in there, but I really just need it in the center part. And I might put a star up here at the top, so I'll probably put the other ink mat up at the top and do that. Okay. All right. So let's put these down. Oh, I should put down the other one first so I could center it. Let's get them right in the middle. Oh, that's a little crooked. Straighten him out. And I'm just gonna do these in black. Okay, so they stand out. Okay. Is it best to heat set before finishing the rest of the inking? I think so. I think let it dry or heat set it before you do like this next step. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna get it pulled up, and like you're gonna pull it up. The wet ink will stick to the back part of the adhesive, and you're gonna pull it up, okay? Hopefully that made sense. Oh, that one's closed. Let's see. I don't know if I have enough in this. If not, I'll open up my other jar, but remember you guys, I was down to the last bit of ink when I was doing our bags the other day. I'm still on this jar. We are really using up every single piece inside that jar. All right. Let me dry off the stable part because I don't have like a ton of room, you guys, so I have to do and dry in sections. So let's spray that one. Let's get the rest of that out. Okay. And then, oh. Ah. So close. Okay. Pull that piece up. All right, I noticed I got a little bit of ink on the back of this transfer, so I want to wipe that off before I put it down, because if not, I will get that black ink on the bag where I probably did not mean to put it. After drying, could you wax it? So you won't want to do waxing on ink because it's going to be on fabric. So whenever you're inking, once you heat set it, it's done. It is in there, it is permanent. You don't have to do anything else. Okay. You're welcome. Or with heat setting, wreck it. Are you talking about wax? Or what you mean? Okay. Oh, excuse me. I felt something was tickling my nose. All right, I think my black jar of ink is done. I think we've done it there. All right, let me wipe that off because I do want to do the gold star up at the top. And I do want to be sure that there's no ink on my fingers that I'm going to get all over my bag, because that's probably the worst feeling ever. You get done with your project and then there was ink on your fingers and you're like, no! I was so close to finishing that project without messing it up, and then you accidentally mess it up. It happens, and it happens to me all the time, even still. So. All right, let's put this star up here at the top, and I'll just put that in gold. Done. And we can go ahead and heat set our whole bag, okay? Oh, thank you guys. remember, ink is the white lid. It does need to be heat set. Black lid is paste. It does not need to be heat set, but they're both gold, right? The kit does come with a gold paste. It does not come with a gold ink. So if you want to do this, if you have my Amazon link, I have these exact bags on there. If you don't have the link, just comment !links, so !links, all together, no separations, no spaces. And I will send you my Amazon link to your messenger. And if you want the nativity set that I just did today, like the full kit, you can't buy the transfers individually. You can just buy the kit itself and it comes with everything. I'm just showing you like extra projects you can do with it because it is a little bit more on the pricey side, I will say. But you can do so much with it. Okay, so I actually just sprayed my ink mat down with some water and I am just wiping off the ink that kind of went over onto my mat. And I'm just lightly wiping it down. I'm not wiping it hard, but you can see all the ink that kind of came off of the mat. That just helps it to stay sticky a little bit longer before you have to do like a deep clean on your ink mats. Which again, I told you guys I was gonna do a little tutorial on it. That is coming soon. I do have one in the VIP group though, already up and available. So, here we go. I'm just gonna put this on the outside now and I'm gonna get another piece of parchment paper. Maybe one that will fit over the entire thing. I should have done that the first time. Right. All right. So let's heat set this. Awesome. Do you guys have any questions? Please let me know if you guys have questions. So it is at 250. I might even turn it up a little bit to like 275 because it seems to be fine. It's not burning the canvas material. I'm gonna scoot it over so I can get the other side over here. Okay. Again, it's just like the edges. The edges that I needed to get, and then for people in the middle. See how the edges were still wet? That's what'll happen. It'll pull up on your parchment paper. So I like using parchment paper as well because if you were to use Teflon paper and you were to ruin your Teflon paper like how I just did these, I know I would not be happy. Oh no. Most of his arm came off. I need to redo his real quick. But you know what I'm gonna do first is let me try and heat set the outside a little bit better. So that is what happens whenever you heat press too soon, okay? So I always recommend let it dry. Let it dry like 30 minutes. Move on to another project while it's drying and then come back to it and heat set it. That's gonna be your best bet. I only do it because, well, you know, I try and make things a little bit faster for you guys, but the nativity one behind me, oh yeah, and the little, where is it at? This way? That one, we just did that as well. So I gave you guys two options that you could do after you do your set. Let's go ahead and do the star. So we didn't do that yet. Thank you, Anne. So I'm thinking I didn't heat set this gold underneath enough before I did the black, the second layer. Let me show you guys. Can you see where Mary is good, Joseph's is all messed up, and that's because the ink underneath it probably was not fully dried. So let me see if I can grab his and fix that real quick. So that way, if it happens to you, you know how to fix it. So I'm just cleaning my transfer real quick. And we're gonna put this little guy back in here so I don't accidentally mess anything else up. And let's see if we can line them up real quick. Looks good. It's just mainly this little area right here. All right. It's like I thought I was done with this, but let's see. There we go. Look, I got quite a bit out of there. All right, so I just did mainly that middle section area. I did not do the entire piece of him, but you could. All right, so while he's drying real quick, we're gonna put some of these back up. And here is our part where this piece goes back on. I'm just gonna carefully set that back on here and then adjust it little by little as needed. You just want to make sure it's laying flat, like not too many bubbles in there, and then you're good. So it's just like a sticker. So if that sticker is missing like the backer sheet to it, it's not going to be sticky anymore. So you want to make sure almost all, if not, you know, like 99.9% of your transfer is laying completely flat, to keep your transfers as sticky as possible so you can use them as many times as possible. Okay, so I am quickly cleaning these off. We're gonna put them back on the sheet and then I'm gonna heat set it and we're gonna see how that one comes out. Since we did heat set it for longer, that last round, so it should be a bit better. And I like to dry off my transfers too with a little napkin. Okay, so once I clean it, I just kind of wipe them off. But you have to do it fast and don't leave your napkin on there or it will stick, okay? That has happened before. Okay, Okay, so our star goes there. He goes there, and then we're gonna get our other sheet here. And put these two back on it. Okay. So now everything is cleaned, everything is now put up. We're just waiting on that part to dry a little bit better. Okay. Again, I like to store these flat. You can definitely put them back in the, what are those called? You can put them back in the clear sleeves they come in. Okay. Oh, Teresa, thank you for sprinkling. So you guys, this is the one we did earlier. I know it's a little hard to see. I'll show you guys a better view in a second. And I'm just drying this part real quick. All right. So again, everything's already cleaned up. We're just waiting on this piece real quick. Y'all hit the heart button for me. And here you can check out. There you go. You can kind of see the background now, right? You can see it. It is a little hard to see. I think it would be super cute on a, like with the white background. There we are. Okay, so now you have your tote. It totally worked. Totally worked there. And then we have this. So we could always paint the entire background if we wanted to. We could paint it white. Let me put this in the back of it so you guys can see it a little bit better with a lighter background. Okay. I think they both came out super cute. I really like the fact that we did them in white because it kind of blends in with the border. And I think if we were to put a star up here, we should have done it in white as well. Yeah, I think lights around the frame would be super cute. And then there you go. Awesome. Which one do you like more? Do you like the frame? Do you like the frame or do you like the tote bag? Huh? Which one do you like? I think we could do like a... You could do like a Merry Christmas. Oh, this is the stained glass one somebody was talking about earlier. That is still available on the website. As Christmas bags. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Happy holidays. I think there are a couple. I'm trying to think. Oh, that is not the ones I was looking for. You could probably do I don't know which one. I feel like I'm missing a couple of transfers and I can't figure out where they're at the moment. I know I'm missing size A's. That's what it is. They're somewhere. But you could put some words up here like "Oh Holy Night" or what was the one? There's one, it says "A child is born," or "Come let us adorn him." I think that's one as well. But yeah. Believe. I think believe is cute. I think Holy Night would be cute. Happy birthday. Yeah, you could put that too. Okay. All right, you guys. So remember, grab the nativity set. If you're grabbing it on October 26th or 27th, you're going to receive a free transfer. It's a size B and it's a border transfer. Actually, if you make any purchase at all on my chalk set, you will get a free borders transfer. Does not matter the price range. Every single transfer will get one. And hopefully there is enough to last both days. Unto you a king is born. Yeah, right? I think all of those would be super cute to add to these. So, all right, y'all. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow. We even had the awesome bird kit available, and it's available to make it into like, I want to turn it into a gingerbread house, y'all. But this is the bird kit. This is actually the one from spring. The one that's available on my website actually has more fall colors, okay? So the palette pack won't be bright and springy. It'll be fall colors. But I do want to turn into a gingerbread house, so we probably won't even use those colors either. All right, I'm going to get going, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks again for hanging out. Hit the heart button for me. All right, and then please feel free to visit my website below, or comment the word Nativity, Nativity. I had to think about that for a second. And I will send you the link to this particular kit, okay? There's so many specials going on still. I think transfers are still buy 3, get 1 free as well, okay? All right, y'all. If you have questions, let me know. If not, I'll see you later. Bye. Good night, y'all.